Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another deck profile and gameplay. Gonna try the gameplay a little bit differently. Instead of just whacking the games on for you guys, gonna do some little bit more depth, maybe with just the one game. However, this week for locals, I managed to win it with Voiceless Voice. So managed to win 3 times in a row to take my locals. And I haven't played this deck for a while, so I really enjoyed it, and I'll show you my list. I think it's a really good deck for someone who wants to break into the competitive scene. It's not too complicated, it's not very combo heavy. It has one job, and it's to get Skull Guardian set up, which is anomaly negate, which means it negates anything. So really like the deck. It performed nicely because I haven't played it for a while, so it was nice to just go pick it up and play. Whereas some decks you pick it up and you need to like learn a lot. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I don't ask enough because I'm a massive YouTube noob, so yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. First things first, I need to shout out the creator of this list, to Chris Javier Agulia. Well done, teaming so many amigos. You managed to get top 4 in a Team YCS, and the screenshot that I made of the list, I can't remember where it was. It was definitely in South America, so well done to you guys. But yeah, let's get straight into it. I'll be quite basic with the effects, and if there's something that comes up that you're not very familiar with, I will just give you the lowdown. So Lo is a semi-starter. She on summon can place a spell and trap Voiceless Voice onto the field, so it can get you starters, can get into your blessings, into the barrier and into the trap. So she's really strong, and she can be used as full tribute requirements for a ritual, so very strong in that respect. We play 3 Herald. She's very versatile. She can be a starter to get into Lo if you don't have the access into Lo, because she can dump Trias, which is one of the cards that will tribute this, and when it's tributed it can special summon a fairy level 1, I think, or level 2 or lower. She can also be a semi board breaker, normal summon her and send Elder, or she can help you combo off by sending Herald as well and giving you access to ritual stuff. So very versatile card and much needed in this deck. But I'll go straight to Trias because this is the card that you're going to be dumping with Herald. We play 3 Saphira, one of the best cards in the deck. It's really odd because it's not a 1-card combo, because it actually just puts a ritual spell in the graveyard. It gives you a ritual monster, and then you can banish it to create to do a ritual summon. So if you have this and then non-engine, you can't play. So she's an odd one, but she's also the heart and soul of being able to spam out rituals really easily. I'll go straight to the rituals. So we play 2 Skull Guardians because he's the big boy, and you want to because you're more likely going to be summoning a second one to go for lethal. Play 1 Cerberus. We're only playing 1 because we don't want to brick, though there is an argument to playing more because its target effect, non-targeting effect's really strong, especially if you go lead with Herald or a low normal summon. We then have the 1 Maximus. So this list plays the Nadir Servant package, which at locals was so strong for me. It can add engine and non-engine via sending the Grua to draw a card. It can send anything. It can send Herald, it can send Elder to break a board. Really like this card, like the setup, and it's really odd because a couple of formats ago I didn't enjoy Nadir Servant, so I think it's really strong. And then obviously when you work, because I've got Ultimate Slayer on the side, Ultimate Slayer then doubles up and becomes even more powerful because you've got these Nadir Servant cards. 3 Droll for hand traps, and then 3 Ash standard, and then we have 3 barrier. This adds and protect and non-target protects. So one of the matchups was Runic, and they found it really difficult to play any of the Runic spells when barrier was live. 1 Blessing, which is I'm not familiar with. I stopped playing Voiceless Voice when Blessing came out in Legacy of Destruction. But yeah, it was okay. I did miss it a couple of times. I missed some triggers because I'm not very familiar with it. We played the 3 Nadirs. I really like this card, first or second. I like those kind of cards. A bit of cardboard, and then we have the ritual spell, and then we have the pre-prep to find those stuff. This is the good stuff. Then we have Prosperity to dig. Then we have Cool Buy to say no to some hand traps, and then we have Talents to very versatile card. We play 3 Imperm, so that means we've got 9 hand traps, and then I guess we can count the Dominus Purge, which was really, really strong. I think in one of the games against Mimical, I Imperm something. A later turn, I added Purge, and my opponent managed to get into the Mimical Master, and when effect, Dominus Purge, negate and destroy. And that was a scoop because they needed that to happen. The fact that it can activate in hand, so good. Last 2 cards, we got the Radiance, which is really, really strong. Really enjoy it against like those Tenpai matchups when if you time it right, you can pop a field spell or the only dragon they have on the field, and yeah, it can be really good. And then there can only be one because Floodgates. If you can play him, you play him, right? Let's go over to the extra deck. So Yugioh Gardener. This card I'm very new with, so I think I'll just quickly show you how it's played. You definitely need an Armorage because that's how you summon the garden. So I think you have to have this kind of setup. Let's just say Low gets Impermed, so you've got these guys in hand. So you go normal summon Low gets Impermed. You activate Blessings, very niche, but let's see how it goes. Then you link 1 into Armorage, and then here you go Blessings 1 to add back the Low from Banishment or from Grave, and then in this situation you link 1 into your Gardener, and because you've normal summoned or special summoned something that's not a ritual monster, your Blessings effect to ritual, so you send Low to special summon Gardener, then you go Low 1 or Skull Guardian 1, Low 2. Low's going to special summon, so you've set up your Omni Negate, and this guy is going to add you a monster, more likely going to be adding Saphira. What I've noticed in this list before we go into the extra deck is it doesn't play Old Man Stravis, which is interesting. Maybe Chris thought it was a bit of a win more card and a bit cloggy, which I totally understand. The fact that he got success without it is cool. So we play 1, 2, 3 link 1s because Anima is such a Yu-Gi-Oh card, isn't it? People don't respect that zone, you can take their stuff. And then we play link 2s, Dynamondo. Really, really like this card. Probably your best card in the extra deck. It can push something away, and it also contribute and set up another spell or trap, continuous spell trap for Low, which I usually do it to get the trap because I like the trap against lots of the matchups. Lena, because all your stuff is light. Herald, you send with Ultimate Slayer or Herald. Wind Pegasus, you send with Ultimate Slayer to clear a synchro, and then you can banish this target 1 card and shuffle it. Odd Eyes, you summon it through the Pendulum monster, which is in the side deck. Chaos Angel, I think you have to have it. There's lots of 6s, 7s and 3s and all that jazz. Another card you send with Ultimate Slayer or Nadir Servant, whatever. If this card's it, and then you can just shuffle back stuff, so it's really cool. Grua, you can draw 1. Elder, you can pop. Ultimate Slayer and more Herald stuff. Another Ultimate Slayer card, which is going to be relevant in a couple of months' time, is this bad boy. I'm not going to try and say its name. It can negate effect of a face-up card, so you can negate field spells, which is good. And then we play a Typhoon because it's QCR. Nope, that's a joke. It's because it's quite good. I am missing 1 card from this, so Typhoon is in here instead of that Paleozoic looking bug thing that I don't have. I don't even know what it is. So then we play Odd Eyes, Pendulum Graph. I think this is where my list gets a little bit different to Chris. So I think side decks can be just very, very different. I'm playing locals, so I'm not too bothered about what I'm playing. This one, I think you go first, so you can negate a spell, put it back, then make the Odd Eyes, which is cool. I played 3 Jellyfish because it's just so good in locals. And this list is pre-Rota, obviously because the tournament was pre-Rota. I would be playing the other Molchami for Walos in the main deck, so I'd have to make some changes there. This would probably still be in the side. I'm going to be Molchami crazy for the next couple of months. 2 Cosmics and 1 Duster for back row removal. 3 Ultimate Slayers. There was one game where I had Ultimate Slayer in the Deer 7. Love the card. I like it coming up in a couple of formats time when Ryzeal is going to be everywhere. Just perfect card to have in the side deck. 3 Judgment, 1 Barrier and 1 Anti-Spell. I think Anti-Spell and Skull Guardian setup is like an FTK. You want to protect your Skull Guardian so you don't have your Skull Guardian have to eat a Regeki from a Tenpai player. Judgment can do it, and then obviously Barrier for Tenpai and Memento and I think Memento would go play into that pretty rubbishly. So yeah, this is the list. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different with the gameplay. So I'm going to show you one game, and I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what kind of deck you'd like to see coming up. Oh! Before you leave, look at my new mat. I got this from Sleeve Chief, so I'm absolutely buzzing. I've got some yugioh sleeves, so maybe I should be playing that. I've got some cool The Earth attribute ones. I also got, you see them here. Let me just show you these. These are so cool. Been super generous. They've been so generous. This is amazing. So this is my yugioh one. Boom! This is the solo leveling one. Oh, it's so lovely. Yeah. These are gorgeous. The one that definitely I got really excited about as a Tempire player, Golden Dragon. If you're interested in these kind of products, sleevechief.de. You can save on your purchases if you use my code CHARM5. This is the meaty one. This is the one that really catches my eye. Look at that. So you got everything in here. You got Genruku, you got the Pydra, Phaedra, Chandra. Go check them out, and I'll see you in a bit. So welcome to the gameplay. I'm going to do a little bit of a commentary on key moments of this match against Runic White Forest or Whitewood. I'm not too sure. I'm going to be playing my voice deck, and I will go through a couple of things that I think are quite important in terms of decision making and seeing some lines and all that jazz. But yeah, quite a straightforward game here, and I hope you enjoy. Smash that like button and subscribe for more awesome gameplay like this. I'm so cringy. I open quite strong. I like to lead with Nadir Servant to potentially bait out any Ash, because, you know, Severa getting Ash is pretty gruesome. So I use Nadir Servant, and if it doesn't get Ash, then you can plus loads from it with the Herald of the Arclight. Garura going to graveyard for a draw. So you're able to access ritual cards and draw cards with this play. And because of this, it's the reason why I've added a second Herald of the Arclight, because it's not once per turn.
Normal summon effects. Yep. And then the stuff then? Effect. Yep. Sorry, I went 1-2. What does it give me? The Voiceless mod concept or Ritual? Ritual Warrior Dragon is not what you like. It can add itself? Yep. It's really good. You can also add Animal Facts, Pay the Imagination, Drake Overlord. Oh. Barrier anything? Yeah. Got that last turn. Drop turn? Yeah. Standby. Draw phase. Activate my radiance. Memphis? Battle? Yeah. Battle? Yeah. So this target effect will only happen if I have low. Yes. Okay. Sorry, big thing here. And that puts you with 3 cards in hand. No, 4. This is really hard.
So just been evenly matched. The reason why I've kept Barrier here is because of follow-up. I'm really confident that the hand traps I have in hand right now will be able to basically turn skip quite quickly, and luckily I don't play into Runic Destruction.
Oh no, that is disastrous. Fountain?
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Searching?
Draw. Stand by main.
Thinking in draw.
Yeah.
Draw, I'm going to tip.
I don't really shotgun this, but I feel like it's necessary to ash the runic tip that's just been activated, because I'd rather have my opponent get a random top deck draw from Fountain because of runic tip than runic tip adding a card of their choice and getting a top deck. So ash basically is a good trade for runic tip. A lot of the runic cards aren't particularly good in this matchup because of Voiceless Voice having the barrier on the field. It makes like the target effects not very good.
Barrier to add.
Add is fine.
Yeah, it's add. Add low. Common summon effect.
That's fine, yep.
If I get another low out, I like to search another barrier, because if one gets outed, the second one is so helpful for obviously searching, for the protection effect, for the attack ritual monster only effect. And so it's not too shabby having more than one copy.
That's fine. Last card I made is Serratus, correct?
Yeah. You can't, I shouldn't have said that because that was previous turn. But yeah, okay. I'll go Blessings to add.
Sure.
Go Service effect.
Freezing curses, target that.
It's a negative effect.
Banish 3.
So I have a Serratus in hand. I'm contemplating about dropping it to protect low, but then I just realised that my opponent's trying to negate the effect that low can contribute itself for full ritual cost, and that's what they're doing here. Luckily I have Serratus in hand to either stop that or just continue the ritual summon by just pitching the Serratus, and that's what I decided to do. I don't know if that was right or wrong. I think you get the same outcome regardless. So unfortunately Blessings doesn't add back Serratus, which is a bit annoying. So this list doesn't have the Old Man Serratus. So this is where the Old Man comes up, and because of this, I've put Old Man Serratus back into the deck. You can punch for even more, and then you can cheat out another Skull Guardian, and yeah, I wish I played it in this game. However, it's back in the deck, ready for the next round of locals. So my opponent actually just said, whilst I was bumping with low, they said 25 attack. Low only got hit by the freezing curses, which means it's negated. So that made me think that the face down card was a droplet. It was a bit of a hint that they thought they droplet the low. So now I know that I'm playing into droplet next turn. I go into Dynamondo. I think my opponent doesn't want to waste a card with droplet and just go into top deck mode. So Dynamondo ends up resolving, and I go for the Fountain because you're spinning back into the deck. And then for this deck to get their resources and to get draw power, you want Fountain to be on the field. So you're going to have to spend even more resources to be able to get Fountain back. So that's why I went for Fountain rather than the droplet.
Do I need more? Yeah, carry on. Perfect. What it does, you get to draw a card, or leave a player can activate cards as quickly as the activation. I can respond to it being played, right?
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Perfect. Cool sound. Add to my first contract. Stand the check.
Chocolate so good. Yeah, carry on.
One card short. Yeah,
What did you add?
close. I need one more runic and then I can get the fountain going.
First, second.
First.
Yeah.
So game 2, I've opened really well again. I've really liked Ultimate Slayer, and you'll be able to see the power of Ultimate Slayer in this match. I do have a couple of synchro targets, so matching Ultimate Slayer and Nadir Servant together is so good. So the reason why I've impermed, I want to interrupt quick and early with imperm, because if you top deck Dominus Purge, it will negate and destroy because you have the trap card in the graveyard. But another thing is, I know Runic lines quite well, and I think you go with Hugin first into Fountain. So the fact that my opponent's gone into a normal summon has made me kind of feel like, okay, they haven't got many Runic cards in hand to plus from Fountain, so they've either got one or none. So I went with the imperm on a normal summon because I know LZ is not really impermeable.
Let's go. How's that? Same cost? I can't read cards.
I love this card so much.
1, 2. Target keep the passes. Fountain? Special was here. You see the cuts. Stun the special. Fountain? What's that one?
Sorry, Mr. Holder.
If you activate effects, I can send a spell trap to special or tune synchro from the extra.
Oh, okay. On the Ultimate Slayer?
The reason why I'm thinking a lot here is because I'm trying to work out what to hit with Ultimate Slayer. I end up going with the Synchro White Forest card due to the White Forest graveyard effect, because I think both level 4s can spin back the Synchro back into the graveyard, into the deck, and extra deck, and then it can special summon itself. But luckily, Ultimate Slayer can't have monster effects responds to it, and so that's why I spin back that card, because Ultimate Slayer's got that protection. And then obviously with Ultimate Slayer, I'm sending the Pegasus. The Pegasus can banish itself to then spin back another card. So the Dragster and the Diabell, I think it's called Diabell, get both spun back, and now I'm working against two cards in hand, a face down and a fountain. And for me, I feel like that face down is it's a droplet potentially.
And I will shuffle this back.
I'm scared of Fountain in this situation, and I feel like I kind of shotgun Cosmic into the Fountain, which I probably shouldn't have done. But the reason why I have done this is to make sure before I start my Voiceless voice plays, I make sure the 2 cards in hand are completely dead. I don't believe the set card is a runic card. I think it's a droplet or a woes. So Cosmicking the Fountain will help me just stop those 2 cards from hand being played, and then I can commit into my Voiceless voice plays without a problem trying to play around this potential droplet.
Cards.
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Career effect.
Yep.
Special. Effect.
Thinking.
Because I hard open the Nadir Servant can finish off that face down. So now I can go into OTK mode. Pop the face down, it's skill drain, happy days.
Everyone's getting me time. Activate barrier. Effect to Ash. Laws of effect. Severa. Activate blessings. Go effect.
Thinking here. I'm going to your effects. Target.
What does that do?
Summon, put it tap.
What's it doing? Oh, it's one.
It's effect negated.
1 and 2.
Yep.
Sorry, I think. To get to the game. 15. Oh, that's really annoyingly high. Effects, add effect.
Why did you do that with blessing?
And my opponent says I could have ritual summoned when they special summoned their White Forest card, but I'm very new to Blessings. I stopped playing Voices Voice before Blessings came out, and I totally missed that. Just watching now, I noticed that I couldn't send Severa's cost for Ritual because she's a level 6, and the Ritual I think is a level 7, or maybe I'm wrong there as well. But yeah, I could easily just send low here and still OTK. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd like to do more content like this. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want some more, let me know, and I'm more than happy to do it for you.